Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Treasure Scramble and a couple of team comps that we're going to be running in here. So as you can see, guys, we only have about 2 more hours and the Treasure Scramble will begin. We're going to adjust the formation. I'm going to show you the teams that I am running to really start this off, guys. Now, the first team, we're looking at Alna and Belinda. Now, this is a very strong team comp when it comes to the Treasure Scramble. We also do have Rain in here. I am running Rowan as well as Halos. And then, of course, we do have the Rock Lizard as a pet, which is going to be the first team in here. Now, looking at some of the substitutions, overall with this team comp, there isn't really very many substitutions. You could put possibly Palmer in this formation, but overall, it seems like Palmer for Rowan would be a pretty good slot, or even putting in Aziz instead of Alna. Alna will actually be run with a couple different other heroes. So again, looking at some variations that still focus around the Awakened version of Belinda, we can actually swap Palmer in here. We're going to keep Rowan in here. We're going to take out Alna. I'm going to take out Halos. And here we go. So we're going to run a Aziz combination, which again is kind of another formation. I wanted to show you a couple different ones with the Awakened version of Belinda. Rain is going to stay in here, and this is going to drop Palmer in this formation, which I did have in Team 2. So this is going to be essentially another formation. So it swaps out Alna if you don't have Alna. Does keep Rain in there again with the Awakened version of Belinda being the strongest hero in this formation. But looking at the team and what we're doing right now, which is starting off. So starting off teams are going to be a little bit different, which again, depending on the variation. So I'm going to still set it for the Alna combination, and I'm going to put Halos in the bottom. This is going to be the build to start off the Treasure Scramble. Now, looking at our second team, this one is going to be, you can see we have Zorath in here. We have Vithiel in here. We are also going to be running Palmer in this formation. And then we're going to run Tamaris. And then, of course, the Awakened version of Thane. Thane is huge when it comes to PvP, guys. The Awakened heroes, of course, are dominating the PvP aspect. We're going to be running the Winged Lion within this formation. Now, again, there are a few different variations within here that you can kind of look at. A lot of players are running a combination of Sonya and Hendrik. That's a very solid combination with Thane in here. And this one actually runs Joan in here with Halos. So actually putting in Joan of Arc in here. And then, of course, the final slot would be Halos, but we have them in the other formation in this lineup, which again, you could swap out Halos in a couple different formations to really build around a very strong version. Now, overall, I know a lot of players do have a Thiel built within this formation, so I'm going to stick with this one. I'm going to drop Tamaris in here since we finally do have that 3 of 9 furniture on Tamaris. This is going to be my start for team number 2, guys. This is also going to be the set that I'm using going into these teams. So again, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to clean this out. We're going to set it because now we need 3 teams. So this one, we're actually going to be running Albedo. I'm going to drop the Awakened version of Brutus in here. This is also going to have the Awakened version of Solus. Now in here, I am going to run Brutus's shield. I'm hoping that's the wise choice here. But I'm also going to put Yennefer in here and Merlin, which is going to be our first team. This is also going to run, as you can see in the top left, we are going to run the Owl in this formation. Very strong formation, of course, having 2 SP heroes. Now, again, if you don't have some of the variations in here, if you don't have Tamaris, you can run Mulan works in here, a Star works in here, a couple different formations, again, that you can kind of utilize. Second one is going to revert to the old one, the old school one that we were talking about just a minute ago, which is going to be Aziz. I'm going to run Rowan in here. Again, Rowan kind of interchangeable within this formation. I'm going to run Rain in that top slot. We're going to put the Awakened version of Belinda. And then this one, we're going to run Halos. And this, again, is going to have the Rock Lizard. That way we have that survivability aspect. And this is going to be team number 2. And again, looking at the first 2-team formation, this is kind of a different variation because with the teams, it does change depending on the build, depending on the formations. Third team is going to remain the same, guys. We're going to do Zorath, and we're going to put Vithiel. Really strong combination. We're throwing Palmer in here. It is going to be the exact same. We're going to run Tamaris in here, and then we're going to do the Awakened version of Thane. this one is going to run the Winged Lion to make those 3. Again, if you don't have Tamara in here, looking at Audrey, looking at Mulan, looking at a Star, looking at Orin, even looking at Oden, a lot of different variations in here. If you do not have Vathiel, the variation or the aspect, if you don't have Vathiel, is running Anasta in here. So again, this is a pretty strong variation with the team. I'm going to run Vathiel because I do have them built. Also, if you don't have Yennefer, looking at our first formation, Joan of Arc will work in here. If you don't have Joan built, you can actually utilize Leonardo da Vinci. And again, kind of swapping out some of these teams. So this is going to be our set for the second set of teams. Now getting into the third one, this again is going to change a little bit. So we're going to run Brutus in here. We're going to run Albedo in here. This one specifically with the buff that we get out of here is very strong to run the tank's front line, which is what we're doing. And then we're going to run Yennefer and we're going to run the same. So we're going to run Solus in here. There we go. Also going to drop Yennefer within this formation. We're going to have Merlin in the bottom. And this one, of course, is going to be the Owl. There we go. There is formation number 2, guys. So again, as we get into 4 formations, this one, again, we've seen before, but this one is going to be the Belinda comp. There we go. We got Neve and a couple others. So this one, again, is going to be that same comp. But again, we're changing up some of the heroes that we have in here. Rowan is joining this formation. We also are running the same. So we're going to run Rain in here, which again, swapping out the formation. We're going to do the Awakened version of Belinda is going to drop in this one. And then we're running Halos, just like we've seen before, guys. Very, very strong combination with the Lizard in there. And remember, this game mode has a really big RNG factor to it, which means if you don't have some of these heroes, still can work incredibly well with that RNG. So here we are actually swapping Leica in this formation, which we know is super, super strong, guys, because it is the combination of running Leica with Zolrath are 2 of the heroes that have perfect synergy together. So really running them together makes a big difference. And then looking at team number 4, guys, this is going to bring Alna back, and this is going to bring Alna with Baden. Now, a lot of players use Grez within this formation. Still, the Alna-Grez combination can work. We're running Oden in here. This one is going to pick up Palmer, and then we're also running Silas within this formation, and this is going to run Vespero for our fourth team. So we're going to go ahead and save that, guys. The rest of these, we still have the rest of the teams built in here, but that'll do it for 2 teams, 3 teams, and our 4 teams. Again, looking at some of the substitutions that we have in here. Again, if you don't have a couple different heroes, just looking, if you don't have Ezio, you can run Joan. If you don't have Yennefer, you can run Leonardo, or you can run a combination of either Leonardo or running Joan of Arc in there. If you don't have Vathiel, you can run Anasta. If you don't have Tamaris, again, Olgath, looking at Audrey, looking at Mulan in there, looking at Peanut, looking at, you know, a couple different Oden in there, Orin in there. If you don't have the Awakened version of Baden. So looking at this one, guys, this one runs either, if you don't have Baden, is either running Orin or Orin right here, or running Lucretia within this formation. Again, kind of a swap right there if you don't have the Awakened version of Baden. So depending on which Awakened Baden or which hero you do have within here, you can kind of swap up the different teams. And then, of course, some of the other teams are kind of set. But guys, that'll do it for today's video. Really wanted to cover the teams that we have in here, the teams that I am starting with in the Treasure Scramble. We're going to have to see exactly where we do land. We have 2 hours left, and it is going to kick off, guys. So again, that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.